Yes, Ken, it was. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wine in the Stars. I'm Jordan, and the fart and I are back today with a little bit of work to be done on the green strawberry board. It's finally arrived, and I've done some work this week as well. Looking up at the model up top, I have actually gotten it primed and painted and clear coated this week. And so we're going to do some soldering. We're going to get some work done. I'm not sure. Todd's might be getting ready for vacation. Not quite sure what's going on. Like, Todd's not quite here yet. That's totally fine. Todd does have a life as well. But while we wait for that kind of process to get started, which is going to involve me kind of snipping a lot of wires, doing a lot of electronics work, I imagine that I'm going to be streaming for a little while tonight. I don't have any plans to leave anytime soon. I kind of want to get this done because I want to have the model completed by the end of this week. I need to get on to the editing portion of the build for Green Strawberry. They basically told me today that they're like, cool, glad you got it. No deadline, but we would like the video. So a lot of work needs to be done on that front to get that done. So we'll kind of start by moving my hands around a lot and making this motion for whatever reason. It is nice and green. Yes. I'll get to some comments here in a second. I imagine that there's a lot of you guys out there with without any green stuff, and it's just snow everywhere. I caught James's last comment. I'm not quite sure. But so we'll start today by basically moving this aside. We'll grab the model, and I'm going to use the Sonic Saber, and we're going to trim off some of the fiber optics. Not some of them. I need to trim off all of the fiber optics so I can actually test everything, remove the tape. I got to get the model ready for it. So, like I said, as a reminder, I did take the model to work. It was take your model to work day for this week. On Monday, I primed it and then let it cure for a day. And then I used 2 cans of AS20. I got it painted. That's one of the things that I kind of found was interesting about this build was that the models themselves, like the Star Destroyers, the filming models, are painted in the AS20 as well, like the insignia white. And so it turned out really good. I got some tips off the interwebs, basically talking about use a nice dark gray for your primer, which is what I did. And don't necessarily go super heavy on the AS20. Let some of that gray kind of come through. And it turned out really, really good. I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So, the paint is done. I need to do a little bit of panel line work. So to kind of complete the thought, as I face camera is a little blurry, I'm not sure. I can't really do much about it. I don't know. And then on Tuesday morning was AS20, and then this morning, because yesterday was stupid busy at work, I didn't have a chance, but I went ahead and put clear coat over the top of it today. It's nice and clear, cured up, ready to go. So let's take a look at some comments here real quick. And I see that there's already quite a few. Dawn is here, says howdy all. Dawn, how are you? This came in before the stream started. Steven's here saying, hey, Jordan and Todd. Todd may be getting ready. We'll see. Ken is here saying, good evening, everyone. Hey, Ken. Let's see. He asked, was the fart on loop? It wasn't on loop, but I was waiting for, I did it a beat after the drum, and I made myself laugh quite a bit because I'm an idiot. I can break myself, which is one of those things. Chase is here. Hey, Chase. Says, hey, Jordan, Don, Steven, and Ken. Yes, nice and green. It is currently 42, raining and cold, but it is nice and green. We've not had any of the snow this year, and so I'm kind of thankful for that. I know that many of you are either on, well, hopefully no one's on fire, but if you're in California, part of you is on fire, and the rest of the country seems to be covered in snow. I'm glad. Snow is an acronym for shit no one wants. Paul is here saying morning, evening, Jordan, and everyone in chat. Good early morning to you. You're a saint. Thanks for coming by. James is here, just dropping in while I work on a beaver, as you do. And then he said beaver. And Donnie's here. He says, beaver. Yeah. The airplane name is Beaver. Oh, got it. Okay. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Maybe I am just blurry. It could be. It could be. I am using as I said last week, I moved the CX405 from off to the side. It was sitting like right over here, and I would kind of get an angle down this way and I never used it. Half the times I'm recording, I would forget to turn it on, and Todd was like, zoom in on your face. And I keep wanting to, for whatever reason, I get distracted by looking at my face. And so if the camera and everything is all kind of like that, I'm such an idiot. But the CX405 is up there, and it's not like a webcam like here where I can get it to focus and just kind of like, if it gets out of focus, I can just kind of put my hand down to the desk or whatever, and it goes. Let's see here. And for the last comment here, Paul says, your camera isn't blurred, Jordan. You're just in soft focus. Very romantic, apparently. Yes, the bedroom eyes. Now we need the song Loving You. All right. I promise I won't do that again. No, we're not doing that. So, before we get to the fun job of desoldering a bunch of this, now I've simplified this. This was soldered with every possible connection point, as they wanted me to do. I filmed the video of me doing that, and I'm going to use that in the video, but it is not going to be the same for the board that I replaced. They assured me that they tested the board before it left. They assured me on the last one too, so we'll see. But they did say it worked, so I'm hoping to be able to go through the process tonight, basically, of adding power, adding the button. They did request that I use the crappy non-Adafruit touchpads, because that's what they're going to be sending with everyone. I'm going to have to deal with that tonight, and it's good because I can't also find the Adafruit touchpads anywhere. But yeah, so basically I want to start with, powering it up, seeing what happens, and then adding each one of my LEDs as I'm going along. There is And I also barely got into the stream on time as work is getting a little funny. I'm not going to bore you guys, but I manage two stores, and the second store that I don't actually work at is in the current process of blowing up a little bit right now, and I don't have to do anything about it other than just kind of observe. And it sucks. I'm losing my kitchen manager, um, which is fine, but it's likely my boss is texting me right now, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. I might have to look at it from time to time tonight, it just being what it is. Um, and I see that, James. That is a thing that's hidden behind an NDA. I'm not allowed to disclose what is in my pizza crust other than to say it is vegan, number one, and you would have no idea, number two. And number three, it is a bagel dough. So loosely, very loosely termed bagel dough. So that's kind of the I make it every day. I made how many pounds today? I made 232 pounds of dough today. Yeah. Ken says it worked, and then they put it in a static plastic bag. You know, something to that. No, Donnie. 24 volts. No, 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 no. Not doing that. 5 volts is what we're going to be running through this bad boy. And I think, Donnie, at one point you asked to see who makes the board. And I think it's theirs. It's got green strawberry printed on it. Same exact as the other one I tested it. It looks exactly the same. That's the board that is provided. So we're gonna have to use the non-Adafruit touchpad. So I'm going to start basically there. So we're going to hook up the power, and then we're going to do the touchpad, and then I'm going to go through and test every set of lights as we go along to make sure everything's working properly. Um, oh no. So James says, so I was watching like before your show came on, the SpaceX rocket blast off. It's pretty cool when you saw that big thing come down and land on the tower. Oh yeah. Um, and it said, unfortunately, there was a rapid unscheduled deconstruction of the actual spaceship. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, interesting. The whole SpaceX stuff is crazy what they're doing these days. So, I'm going to power up the Sonic Saber, and I'm going to grab the model, and I'm actually very, very pleased with how this turned out. So, the base is going to get painted separately. So here's the base, and it's been oversprayed. And I have just use a piece of foil to, probably not the smartest thing, but use a piece of foil just to protect it against all the painting and clear coating and everything like that. And there's a piece of the wire stuck in the middle of the foil, which is also probably not good. There we go. But here it is, all painted in its AS20 glory. The paint job did turn out really good. I'm very pleased with how everything worked out. It was weird, I will say, painting at work, that's for sure. It is a method, though, I hate to say I'm going to employ quite a bit. The basically the conditions at work were perfect. The paint went down perfectly. The primer went down perfectly. The clear coat went down perfectly. Like there was zero issues with the paint. I didn't have any of the dusting. There, like it just everything was perfect. It turned out so damn good. I am so pleased with how this turned out. So, but yeah, to kind of wrap up what I was saying a little bit earlier, basically I was surprised that it was just AS20. Like it's literally just AS20. There's really not any panel lining to it. I am going to do a little bit of panel lining. There are some nice grooves built in there. I don't know. I'm going to test it out on the bottom, see how it does. But if I were just to leave it like this, I'd be pretty happy. Overall, just pleased with how it turned out. Ken says, paint looks good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Chase says, start manscaping that thing. Yes. That was the one thing that was just kind of weird during this whole process was like all these little dangly bits hanging off the sides. So let's go ahead and just get started. How far does it reach? Perfect. So the beauty of the Sonic Saber is it cuts it right at the base without nicking the paint. So I'm able to just basically set up right against the side, and just by activating it, it cuts the fiber. So there's going to be a lot of that. Time for weathering. We don't weather Star Destroyers. I mean, we could. Like, that's the thing. Like, I was contemplating doing some panel lines. Like, I thought about doing maybe a little bit of Aztecing, but I'm also just kind of like over it and want this build to be done. At least for the first portion of it. I want get the green strawberry portion of the build over with so that, satisfy my obligation to them. They've been really cool, really understanding for, this whole process of having to get it redone. So I do want to get this done. And we'll see about how deep into the weeds I want to get on it. That's a really satisfying, by the way. Getting those off. Soon as you turn it on, just go away. Although you get a little bit of that squeak, and I apologize. That squeak is coming through. Donnie says everything in Star Wars is weathered. I actually have seen a couple of videos of the Star Destroyer itself that they filmed most of the stuff based on. There's really no weathering on it whatsoever. Like I said, I'm likely to, because I want to kind of define a little bit of the detail on here, so I am likely going to do the panel lines. I have a what is it? I got a dark gray. I was thinking maybe even getting a light gray panel liner for that. Ken says, I think the weathering for the Star Destroyer will be minimal in my opinion. I agree. That's the plan at least. There's Todd. James says, well, I'm going to take a break from modeling and I'll listen as I make some shepherd's pie. Oh, shepherd's pie is delicious. I am going to need to, about 4:30, go throw something in the oven for Kat for when she gets home. And
Hi.
How are you, sir?
Well, I got carried away. Lost track of time.
Yeah, as you do. Just kind of got caught up on. Basically, I got the paint on this done, and
nice.
I am manscaping right now, taking care of this because if we're going to be testing the new board, which is right here, I'm going to need to be able to see the lights. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I got 1,300 of these or so to remove still. So I'm glad you're here to help me entertain the masses. How's your day been?
Good. Are you done painting it?
Yeah. So I took on Monday, I primered it. And so one of the things that I did a bunch of research on like how this was painted, like all of that. And basically the suggestion was is just use a gray or dark gray primer. And then put your AS20 down and just don't go super heavy with it. So like 2 coats of AS20, really light coats, let some of that gray shine through. Um, So yeah, that's basically it. Then this morning I clear coated it and it's ready to go.
Have you thought about using like a powder for panel
Powder.
line? Yeah, like a graphite powder or something. You just put it you a very fine powder and you put it on a towel and then you just brush it. You just wipe down the model and it'll just catch in all the little grooves. And instead of a panel liner, because panel liner can get very messy.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
And it can pool. If it pools, it's going to discolor things and you know. But if you use a powder and you wipe it on, almost like you're staining something, right? Or even just I mean, I guess you could put wash on a towel as well. You know, something that's fairly smooth, you know, but
Yeah.
just wipe it down, you know, and it just, you know, almost like I wonder if, you know, if the oils would do it, but I don't want it to be so much that it discolors the entire ship.
Right. And that was my kind of one thought process. I was like, ooh, like what is that gonna be to actually get those panels? Because I want to get that definition in there. Like if there's a lot of like detail that you're gonna kind of miss. And so I
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
pick that up.
you know, I see if you watch, like, even if you watch like Adam Savage, right? He'll put oil
Mhm.
on a towel and he'll just wipe it on and then he wipes it right off so it comes off all the flat spots, but it just manages to he did it with the Razor Crest when he had that big Razor Crest he was working on.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and he just wiped down the whole thing and it just catches in the little grooves where the towel won't pick it back up, right? And I wonder if that would be something. I don't know if you have a piece that you could test on or inconspicuous kind of plays maybe, but it'd be interesting if you had you have some oils, right?
Uh, I have the only thing that I have for oils are going to be the oil brushers from like ammo.
Hmm.
I don't have like the Uptilung or anything like that. I would need
Interesting.
to order. Yeah, I'd need to order some.
Everybody in chat, everybody said hi. Hi. Ken says, great. Now I have the song Loving You stuck in my head. And Donnie says,
Yeah.
giant AT-AT too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just something just to call out the colors and the, you know, obviously the big grooves would catch more. The big flat surfaces, it'd catch a lot, you know, a lot less, but it'll still just kind of be there.
Right.
The nice thing is, since the oil takes so long to dry, you can just keep wiping it off if a channel gets too dark or something like that, since you've already cleared it.
Oh, right. Right. Okay. So should I pick up some like Uptilung or something like that?
You can. It doesn't. I don't think you have to get that Thailand. But,
like any type of oils, would even like the oil brushers work? Maybe.
maybe. I don't know. Is that a pen? Is that an oil pen?
No. No, it's a.
Is it juice? Like you can put, like you could pour it out on a rag.
I could pour it out on a rag. Yeah, for sure. It's got a little brush and everything.
That might do it. I don't know if that's gonna be enough, but maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd sure be interested to see because that has so much detail, paneling details. I'd be really interested to see what that looks like if you were to wipe it on and then you kind of rub it in
Wipe
and
it
then
off.
you just keep wiping it off until it gets down to the stuff. And Ken's right. I was
Right.
just going to say that the Abtalung has a Starship Filth color, which I think
That's
would
actually
be
what
perfect.
this one is.
Yeah, Starship Filth. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a gray. It's like a chalky gray.
Chalky gray brown. Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Your
that's exactly.
Your overhead went blurry.
Oh no.
Got confused.
There we go. Yeah, almost one side of this is done.
Nice.
You know, they said they tested the board before they sent it, so
That should be interesting.
yep. So what my thought is for that is to obviously start with the power and the switch. They did say that they did not want me to use the Adafruit. The Adafruit.
They haven't tested.
What's that?
They just didn't have access to test one, probably.
Yep. And they said that for the video they want like all the stuff that they're going to be sending to be used, and so
right.
I said okay. So it's not going to be the final.
No,
you
you
know,
put yours in for the final.
That's right. So I figure like power it and then do the switch and then just go through and systematically kind of like hook everything up as we're going along and test it on the model.
Right.
That's kind of what my thought is. So in this case,
Donnie says for the money, I would think Optolong would be better. That brusher probably won't be enough. You're probably right.
Yeah, this was actually surprising, like how much paint it took to paint this thing. It was a can and a half of AS20. And I'm actually officially out of AS20 now. Oh, that was close. Sorry for squeaking coming through. Getting all packed up and ready to go.
Yep, doing laundry right now.
Nice. Time you leave tomorrow?
7:30 in the morning. Can you believe
Ooh.
it? I got it. Somehow I have to get up at 5 o'clock probably.
Oh my. Oh. Somehow that piece of fiber optic managed to avoid all paint. Weird. Yep. I know this isn't exactly the most riveting. But gotta be done. I will say though that this, despite making the horrible sound.
What else do you need? I'm going to send you the entire fantasy sci-fi color set.
Ah?
The Optolong.
Wow.
It's a 6-piece set. It includes Starship Filth and 5 other colors. It's for starships specifically.
Okay, well, thank you.
You need anything else while you're at it? Thinner.
What's that?
You probably need some thinner. I'm going to get you the odorless stuff because otherwise it stinks.
The odorless. Oh my god, that sound. Chemical wise and stuff like that.
Well, Burbank House of Hobby, they kind of have everything.
Oh, okay.
Get you some of this. I'm going to get you some of this. Hold, please.
You're amazing.
Let's see. Jeff says, hey, Jordan, before you commit to your good model, just remember you have to paint bill to dry stuff out on. You have a paint bill to try stuff out on? Paint bill?
Oh, do I have something like a paint mule? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, why not try it on the Falcon, the MPC?
Yeah, good. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Actually.
Yeah, I mean the whole underside's not painted, so why not?
Yep.
Trent said, I mean, you could shoot with AS20 or whatever you used on that, and then let that dry and clear it, and then go over it with the oil.
Right.
You might as well sleep during the flight. I thought about it, but my sleep has been so jacked up. I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night, got up at 1:30 in the morning, was up until 6, went back to bed, got up at 10. It was a mess.
Ooh.
Ken says,
yes, right after the stream.
Riveting, but the company is worth it. Aww. Donnie, he says, I'm waiting to hear, oh shit, as Jordan slices a piece off. Well, yeah.
I've thought about that like 3 or 4 times.
It'll go right through it.
Yep.
Paint mule. Yeah. And I'm not reading that yet. All right, got that.
Oh. Definitely not reading it, but
See?
pretty good.
Oh, I'm gonna get you some of this too. It's good stuff. Do you want do you have a specific color that you wish you needed? Like, do you need a black oil? They have like a faded yellow. They have a flesh color set, which is like all the different hues of like tan and rust and
that. Honestly, yes, that's like the one thing that the
'cause
browns,
this one,
tans.
yeah, this one has well, their stupid site doesn't say what's in it. That's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they have a mapping one, a leather and wood diorama, which is like, you know, green grass and trees and stuff. But this one has like the base. It's like three different colors of cream, and then like a pink and a red.
Perfect.
So let's add that to cart. So I'm getting you the two sets, so the fantasy set and the flesh color set, as well as a bottle of the thinner, the odorless stuff. But also they make a liquid mask, so you can paint that. You can brush that on and then peel it off, so you can mask off areas.
Oh.
And then the brush care stuff, which I really like. They have a magic gel for brushes and a magic potion for brushes, so it conditions and cleans your brushes out.
Oh, that'd be awesome, dude. Thank you
for anything. So, all right, that's good. Check out.
Awesome.
Can I not log in? Log in. Please don't make me do this again.
Oh. Getting close on that one. Jeez, Jordan.
Oh, perfect. Check out. Yes, ship. We're going to change this. Use a different address. What's your name? Sheldon?
Sheldon Cooper.
What's weird is I know how to spell your name from memory now. That last name is weird.
What's funny though is the GH and J are all together on the keyboard, which makes it actually a little bit easier. Thank you. Awful kind.
Let's see, blah blah blah. I'm not reading that. So Todd is the one that buys stuff on Jordan streams. No, it's just I you know, we were talking about it. I know exactly what he needs. So
yep.
Just as when do I qualify with guys buying me stuff? How long do I have to hang around? I feel like Jet already has a stockpile of good stuff.
I feel like that's the case too.
Let's see, where was I? Let's put your address in here. Company name. Oop. Oh, that's perfect. Dick Tasting Limited.
God, I hope so. Oh. Ugh. That was gross. I'm all phlegmy from the cold. There it is. There it is. Wow. This is taking a while, and I apologize. I wanted to get this done last night. I had a crazy day at work yesterday, and I wasn't able to do non-work things at work.
Done.
Oh, thank you, sir. Awful kind.
Jordan Langhelm, Dick Tasting LLC. on
yes.
60th in Bellevue. It's on its way.
Nice. Thank you. Awful kind. Dick Tasting LLC. Ah, yes. The website gets often mistaken for other websites. I didn't come here for that.
Jordan playing Jedi and sabering stuff off a Star Destroyer. Yeah.
Good point.
He's just shaving it. It was very hairy.
It was very hairy, yeah. Plucking one hair at a time.
Oh, George Drew Inc. Oh my God, I should have said Jordan Langhelm at Canadian Starships. That would have been great. Jordan, when do you have to start Cat Supper?
Thank you. God, Ken, you're right on freaking time right now.
Oh, so you saved him, Ken.
Dude, seriously. Thank you, Ken. Wow. Thankfully,
you're not gonna. Donnie says you're not gonna hawk Tua, are you? And Don says, I hope it's not pizza.
It is pizza.
Oh.
Either on Wednesday or Thursday every week, I bring home a pizza, and yeah, so it's pizza day. She was upset that it wasn't yesterday. She had to cook. Oh, God, that's an awful sound. But the beauty of this is you don't have to get it. You just touch the fiber optic with it and it just immediately cuts it. Okay. Almost done with half of this. My God.
And you know what? Burbank is usually pretty quick. Like they'll probably ship out next day and you'll have it maybe Monday.
Oh shit, dude. Thank you.
They're usually pretty quick, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, the plan, like if everything works out the way it's supposed to, like if this board works tonight, I'm trusting the fact that they tested it or whatever, but if this board works tonight, then the plan is to get the base painted. What I want to do for the base is I want to paint this gloss black and then use like flat white and flat red, kind of do some imperial colors on there as the base.
Yeah.
And then route all the wires down and through to the down to the bottom. And then next week, all I have left for recording on this is the result. So I need to take some photos. They want photos, and then I need to do the results, like the beauty passes and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's it. That's all I got to do. I've already started editing the video. It's like 39 gigs of footage I got to sift through right now. So it's quite, as you do, it's quite a bit.
Ken says you have to make lightsaber noises while you're doing that.
Wong. Oh my God.
I think I might name my 2000 Nissan Sentra Super Saber. Oh, wow. Andrew's here. He says using the Sonic on the fiber. Yeah, why not? It's like making short work of it. You can get really close.
Yep. The beauty is I just get real close to the edge and you just touch it. Oh, although I just pulled an entire fiber through. So wonderful.
Well, you didn't cut that one, obviously.
I didn't cut that one, and it wasn't secured very well to the base, apparently, which is fine.
Hey, did you get Eric's stream theme music? Because I didn't hear it.
I have not.
It's the final.
Because Trent said I ordered a new bottle of CA activator from Bob Smith BSI. It has almost no smell as soon as I use it. Oh,
really?
I honestly, I would rather use a liquid activator than a spray because the spray kills me. Ken
Yeah.
says, "Someone can use the vinyl cutter to cut out an Imperial logo for the base." You could.
So that's the idea. So I want to do the vinyl cutter to do the Imperial logo for the base, and then I want to use the Star Wars alphabet, which is Arabesh, and I want to like I haven't figured out what I'm gonna write, but I was gonna write something with Arabesh on the using the vinyl cutter as well. It's so cool. Like I got it all hooked up. Um,
You know
I
what it should
printed
say?
one. Go ahead.
It should say something dark side.
Oh my
Sure,
god.
Bash. Why not?
No one would ever know. Oh my god. I love this.
Inside joke the best.
Huh?
All right. Eric says about time. He was late to the party. Yeah, that's what I thought. Donnie says he's time to eat. He'll be back if you're still on. Excellent, Donnie.
I'll be on. Like I'm gonna be on for a while. So.
Well, if you wait long enough, you'll get your order.
Right. Let's stream for several days.
Ken says the Imperial Navy wants you, but that's only if you can get like a stormtrooper to point at the screen and get a picture of a stormtrooper like Uncle Sam used to.
Only he's pointing off the side of the screen because he can't aim.
That's right.
Some of these are really small because it's the end of the fiber loop and stuff like that. Oh no, don't do that. There we go. Apparently, some of these were not glued down as well as I had thought I had. Whatever. It is far beyond too late for that. This thing has been Tamiya closed.
Well,
so it's not like.
Can you gently tug on them if they move? Can you just tack a little dot of glue in there?
Yep, I could.
Before you cut them off, I mean.
I could, yeah. I haven't yet, but I could.
Well, it's always about what you could.
That's right. Let me grab some of that PVA just in case. All right, perfect. Almost done here. That was close. Good Lord. Okay. And what's funny is I'm seeing a bunch of windows that I never even got, that I drilled out, that I never even got fiber through, now that it's painted. That's either a good thing or a bad thing. And I'm not sure which way to go on that one. There we go. And the Sonic Saber is so multifunctional, multiple techniques. There we go. Yeah, this paint turned out really good. I'm gonna have to paint more at work. All right. And what I've done, instead of using all of the connections here, like a lot of them are going to be like connections like this are the 4-prong connections for the big 10mm addressable lights for the back. But instead of having an individual LED connection for each one of the LED bundles, like what they wanted, I went ahead and just basically condensed everything down. So there's just as few wires as possible coming out of the bottom of this thing now. I get what they're trying to do, but I don't think anybody who's lighting up this model is going to want to run like 15 wires out the bottom of the thing. Like it's just unrealistic. Oof. Oof. That sound.
A little squeaky.
Blade. Yeah, the side of the blade keeps touching the side of the model.
Don't do that.
Well,
It's not hurting the model, right? The side.
no.
All right.
Just it's like from sitting the blade like kind of up against the side. I don't know. I've only scratched one thing, and it's right here, and I'm gonna have to address that.
Battle damage. Print up a very, very tiny X-wing and crash it into the side of it.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Dave's settings, by the way, that he put in the 3D printer chat last week.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking gold, man. I've been able to print like without any issue at all. It's been amazing. I was having such problems like getting all my resins to work properly.
I might have tried those.
Okay, just a couple at the back and everything along the side. I know this is absolutely riveting. Get into the soldering here soon. Oof. Oof, don't do that. No, don't do that. I've been playing around with some prints for this base because this doesn't quite want to sit on this base the way I want it to. So I have to print a V-shaped holder to kind of hold the front up here. And I've been toying around with designing and printing some things, and it's not turned out the way I want, but I'm starting to understand now. Between that and the vinyl cutter, like it's been a whole mess of work.
Could you? I mean, really, the angle and everything's fine, right? It's just not super secure. Couldn't you just line the top parts of that with some felt or something kind of tacky rubber and just lay it up, just set it on there? I gotta answer this.
You could, yeah, you're good. No, you very well could. Oof. Wow. Now that the model's not so hairy, it actually looks pretty good. Which is a weird thing to say. Yeah. All right. All right. Kitchen timer just went. I need to go check on something real quick. Get those back in there. There we go. I'll be right back right fast. Just got to basically turn the pizza in the oven. That's weird, bringing pizza home. All right. Free eats are free eats. That's what I gotta say. Eric says, who could have guessed Todd uses the old-timey phone ringer, right? Trent says, yeah, it's right, Eric. He probably has a rotary dial app. Cue the Jeopardy music. Yep, Don just needed a shave. That's correct. And we're almost done with said shave. I've been secretly dreading this part. I was like, do I want to like try to desperately get this done before the stream starts so I don't have to bore everybody? But that obviously didn't happen. So here I am boring you guys with this, but you all are here. And we're almost done. It's got a couple more. Once this side is done, we have a couple more on the back to take care of. And then that's it. There is some painting that still needs to be done as well, so it kind of works out. Once again, Todd, thank you. Like, I know you're on the phone, but there is still some painting that needs to be done, like all of the hangar bays that are along the side. I am going to paint those in a white, kind of give the impression of like the white hangar bays that we've seen. So that, and then I need to paint I did not spray or do anything on the hangar bay. I want to hand paint that. So still got a little bit of work to do, but provided everything works tonight, I'd say this model's about 95% complete, which is pretty cool, actually. I'm pretty proud of, like, I really wish that the board didn't have an issue, because I kind of knocked this one out in a hurry, which was pretty cool, actually. Normally my models take a much longer period of time to get done. So let me switch over to the side camera over here. We'll do a little bit of trimming back here, and then I'll go ahead and pull my tape off of the engines and pull my cotton swabs out of the inner bells. Decided to try to not use tape in such a small scale. So yeah, these ones are a little tough to get to. So I apologize if my arm my arm is covering anything up. I'm going to do this very unsafely. I apologize to everyone who might be jittery about it, but here we are. We're doing things. Yes, it makes me nervous that my hand is so damn close to the Sonic Saber there. It's in a very difficult to get to place, actually. Oof. And there's only a couple of them. Getting the fiber optics in some of these areas was actually very challenging. I'm going to need to touch that area up a little bit there. Kind of from the side a little bit more. There we go. Wow. That worked. Kind of trimmed just by being a ordinarily sharp cutter edge. Let's see here. Ken seriously has "Loving You" is stuck in his head. It's so easy because you're beautiful. Ken is serenading the group, Don says. Eric asks, what do you all use as your ringtone? I use Imagine by John Lennon. I have the Star Trek communicator sound that Captain Pike had on the very first episode of Strange New World. So the ringing chirp, I went ahead and created that sound, and that's what my ringtone is. Ken says, I wasn't kidding. The song is stuck in my head. Don says, poor guy. Trent says, thanks for trying to stick it in our heads, Ken. What a pal. No problem anytime, Ken says. You want us to share in your misery. And then Paul says, if the high-pitched screech and the chorus of that song breaks my screen, I'm sending you the bill, Ken. I think of what's her face? The mom from the what are they called? The National Lampoon's movies. And during Vegas Vacation, when she sang that up on stage with Wayne Newton or whatever it was. Oh, She actually hit the note, which was amazing. All right. And a couple more. We got 1, 2. I said 2 and 3. All right. Think. Let's switch back up to the top here. Grab my tweezers. And oh, almost done. Almost done. Yeah, there's a couple randos hanging here. There we go. All right. I have de-haired. What a weird thing to say. I have. Oh, thought I heard something outside. The model, it is actually. I gotta say, that looks really, really good. Yeah, that looks really, really good. Okay. Let us switch over to the side cam.
All right, I'm back. What the hell was that?
Cool. Got done shaving my model. We're good to go on that front. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little tape pulling over here. Let's get my big head out of the way here. Do this without breaking anything, possibly.
I don't know what you guys were talking about, but Don says Beverly D'Angelo.
Beverly D'Angelo. There we go.
From what? From National Lampoon?
The National Lampoons. Yeah, when she's sang the "Loving You" part, the high part, pitch chorus part.
I had a crush on her when I was a kid.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
First bare set of boobs that I ever saw. On what's it called? Family Vacation, the first Family Vacation. Oof. All right. I've got to stop doing this real fast and pull the pizza out of the oven. Just one quick second. If it's done. It certainly is. And for whenever she gets home, she can just eat it whenever she gets here. Try to have it as close to ready by the time she got off as possible. But with traffic around here, you never know. All right. Quick cut. I did see a snippet of Ian's cooking video for tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Should be pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I showed it to Rebecca, and she's like, "Ooh, I really don't like that angle." I told him that.
Yeah, I don't like that angle either.
Because he when he talks to the camera, he's side glancing. It's very strange. So he's gonna fix it. I said it needs to be either overhead or straight on. Something, you can put words at the bottom, especially. I know it's hard to shoot in that vertical format, but
right.
But the content wasn't bad.
No, it was entertaining. That's for sure. All right. And I just stuffed cotton swab material down into the smaller recesses here for the hyperdrive engines.
So that would have been good for some blue tack, some putty.
Yeah, I thought about that.
And then the hairs wouldn't get caught in the paint.
Uh-huh.
Well, you live and you learn, man.
Yep.
They're having a discussion about heavy metal, black metal. Mayhem is a great band. I like Burzum as well. Ken says he loves the disturbed version of Sound of Silence.
Oh, yeah.
Jet says, I have that. I played it on a boat. I was diving off uptown of the Bahamas last year. Good song. Yeah. Ken says, need the elevator version of Girl from Ipanema when Jordan walks away.
I love
it. Dash is here. He says, oh, star ass. Not yet. It is the butt of a Star Destroyer.
There it is. All right. So it is de-haired.
Okay.
And let's pull my face off here so you guys can see.
Well, light it up. Let's see it. What are we waiting for? Now you got them all cut off. Turn the lights
Well,
off.
I'll need to grab my power supply real quick so we can I can power up individual lights, but we're gonna need to get the board going here. So where is and Echo, turn off overhead.
Okay.
All right. It's all dark in here, setting the mood.
Paul says,
Revolt
Unlucky
set.
Morpheus, a great Japanese metal band. Unlucky Morpheus. Dash says he's here to see the smoke. Why would why?
No.
He has no faith. No faith.
No faith. Okay, let's find. There's one. I'm not sure which of these are all going to light up. Should be the larger portion, however. Oh. Wow. That looks cool. Hold on.
Dun 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 dun.
That is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. So that was the single solitary one for the front lights, or for the top lights. Let's see here. The rest of them are a little shielded, as it's supposed to be. Don't know if I'll be able to show those. Show yellow. There we go. Yellow is going to be the underbelly lights. Good testing to make sure we're all. Or no, that is the right side hyperdrive lights.
I have no idea if that came across or not.
What's that?
The music. I was just playing it through my computer. I'm guessing the mic. If it's noise canceling itself.
All right, so that side worked. Where's that?
Let's see. Ken says you're going to put photo etch on the engine bells after the official build is complete.
No.
There's your answer. Ken says it looks cool. Where's other Don? He
Yeah.
would love this. Well, he's going to have to watch it back. Crispy Tiger is here. What was the tool you used to cut the fiber optic?
Oh, that would be the Sonic Saber.
Ultrasonic.
Ultrasonic Saber. So that's from Frozen and Madworks. Let's go ahead and flip this over. So I got two sets of those. So I just want to test both sets of my hyperdrive engines. Probably a good thing to go through and test all the lights before we actually make sure the board actually works. I think. All right, the other side works. Excellent.
I emailed you the order confirmation just so you have a record. You can track it and stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. The engine bells are all done via addressable LED or RGB LED, so I won't be able to know if they're working, but I do know they've been tested, so let me just double check. Hey, your pizza just came out of the oven.
He made dinner.
I did, yeah. And what is lit up now? Oh, same one I just lit up before. Yeah, there's really not that much more. And then I shielded these ones a little bit, so it's kind of hard to get these ones lit up. And a little bit more exposed than on the other ones. So I think those are good to go. That's the majority of the lights, though. I really should test those.
Dash says, speaking of the Zvezda kits you guys were talking about, I found a plastic hind in my safe for later. That's one of those kits. There you go.
Nice.
Crispy says, wow, cool. Yeah. And Dash says, "Now I forgot if they're good or bad." Well, you like it, right? You said it's good quality.
The Zvezda kits? Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic quality. Fantastic quality. All right. So I need to turn the Echo. Turn on overhead.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yep. Seem to have separated the JST connector here. So I'm gonna need to fix that. Lovely.
Just pull the pin out.
Yeah, I pulled the pin out.
That's easy to do.
Lovely. Yep. So we can actually test then the majority of the lights here. So I'll just go ahead and expose that wire. And this should be all of the remaining windows.
Ken says the Hind is good. Christy says they have a deal on that kit on eBay right now on this kit. Oh, on the Zvezda Star Destroyer?
Really?
What's it going for on eBay? Jordan will tell you if it's a good price. I'll see even now I need that music again. Dun, 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 dun. Do you have any light leaks?
No.
I could have swore the camera was picking up that front flat section on the below the bridge, right under the edge. It looked like the camera was picking up some leak under that ledge, but could have been just the windows. It's hard to tell with the lights on.
Right. Okay.
Dash says he has a British Echo. Yes, he does.
Yep, it's actually Australian. I don't know why I went with that. All right, so that's the side ones there.
Do you feel secure enough to pull your masking out of the shuttle bay?
I actually didn't do anything with this.
Docking bay, shuttle bay? I don't know.
Docking bay. So I didn't. I'm going to be painting all of this separate from the rest. I wanted to leave the base color a little bit, and yeah, that's one of the things I got to paint still. We can test, however. It did turn out really good. There's another set of lights that we need to test right here. Shorter one. We got longer. Test those. Shorter. These ones should be for the side windows. Yes, they are. Oh. Echo. Turn off overhead.
Okay.
All the side windows are done. Very cool. There we go. Outside of Echo, turn on overhead. Echo, turn on overhead.
Okay.
And the main studio lights we'll have to kick on here in a second. Well, there's one more set to test, and then I'm going to need to resolder that. We tested both of those, tested that. The green, and that's going to be for the docking bay. And once those are tested, we'll confirm that everything's lit up or working properly on my end. Oh, we can do this without. Let's separate that out a little bit. There we go. Oh, the docking bay is lit up.
Oh, that was good.
There we go. This was cool. I was pretty pleased. Creating the little light box for the inside, and then drilling these pieces out, and kind of just figuring out how to light it was very satisfying. So, yeah, very cool. All right, so all of our LEDs in the model are currently working. So I'm going to need to go ahead and move this off to the side, and we are going to need to do some soldering. This off to the side. And you have to keep bringing it back and forth. Let me turn on the overheads. Flickering. That's odd.
Crispy says, I wonder if there's a way to mount a display stand hole on the side for a stand like they did with the filming model. I'm sure you could.
Yeah, I thought about that a couple times, but I couldn't figure anything out. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying that's what I planned on doing with my perfect grade. Drill a hole in the side of it and pull through it and hope for the best.
Nice. Yeah, that was one thing that I realized that this thing just didn't have. The base that they gave for this model was this. And it just doesn't look good. And it was forcing me to put the board inside the model, which I don't want to do. I wanted to be able to take the board out, and obviously, do the green strawberry portion of this build, and then do my own portion of the build. So, okay.
Oh no, Dash. Dash says throw it against the wall for massive battle damage. No.
Oh no. No, not doing that. Okay, so grab a couple things here. I need to grab my instructions so that I know where everything is getting soldered. And then we're going to need to remove sorry about that. We're going to need to remove some of these, and I may, instead of just desoldering them, I may just actually just clip them. It'll be easier to do. So there are some. Look at our instructions here that are specifically, and here are the soldering instructions. So we're going to need to basically do everything over on this right side, then this one down here below, and then we're going to do like 2 or 3 of B, which is the habitat section, and then 1 of C. So that's all we're going to have to do. So 3 of these, all of those along the side, and 1C. And then we're going to need to do the touchpad. So first things first, let's go ahead and you think starting with the power to make sure everything's powered up is a good place to start?
It can't hurt.
All right.
Well, that and the touch, excuse me, the touchpad, right?
Exactly. Okay. So,
because it didn't work last time. So that's
no.
If the power switch doesn't work, it really doesn't matter about the rest of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm hoping. I really hope that I did not do something wrong on my end, but we tested everything.
Oh, we tested
more than everything, exactly. So, all right, let me grab a couple things here real quick. Thought I had everything ready for this, but I don't. I'm gonna grab my multimeter because we'll definitely need that. Let me grab. Swear to God, I have no idea what happened to all those touchpads from Adafruit. Around here somewhere. But I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use the stupid stock ones. Wow. Really. There it is. Need to organize my space a little bit better. Okay. So, here's the touchpads. That. Turn the soldering iron. Don't do the weird thing where you make my mic go weird. All right. So, here
Maybe we
is the
should have sent you a USB hub instead of all that oil.
USB hub.
Yeah. Jesus.
Right. Well, thankfully it's working. We should be good to go. I've actually like taken a lot of crap out of the computer. Like there was so many things attached to it that didn't need to be attached. So,
Donnie says it
like
doesn't work. Oh, Donnie.
we're just getting going, man. We there yet?
Well, he missed the test lighting.
Yep. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, we did get everything lit up, so it's all good to go on that front. Here is the
power supply down. Well, it depends on the power supply, but yes.
Yeah, this is 3 volts right now. Here's our stock power and a new board. So power is going to go up top left corner up there. So let's go ahead and get the board. Wait, we have 2 power sides there. That's right. We discovered that it has.
Yeah, we thought they were linked together or something. It's a very strange.
Yeah, very strange setup. Okay, so we're going to go into the power board that's going to be closest to me over here. Both sides, just like that. Soldering iron's good to go. Yeah, hour and 16 minutes. Well, Donnie, I had to shave my model. You know, I had to shave it, as you do. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a little while. At least I will be. Okay.
The girlfriend
You were
is coming
saying,
back, so she's gonna be a while.
cool. And we soldered from underneath the other night. Is that a better way of going for this?
Yeah, it's just cleaner. It depends on how you're gonna mount the board, right? So if the wires come out the bottom of the board, you have to consider how you're gonna mount it too.
Yeah.
But you can do the same thing from above, right? So you can point the wires from above and solder them from below. Just do the board upside down, bring the wires up. It just depends on how you're gonna mount it.
Okay.
The whole idea
right now
is to make the solder so it's as low profile as it can be.
Kinda. I have to dye my hair, and it's gonna be like 3 hours when I
Okay.
get started.
All right, I'm gonna need to take like 5 minutes if that's all right with you guys, real fast.
Uh-oh, time for your theme song.
Yes, Todd, play the Jordan song. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Just one quick sec.
Sorry.
Cat saying sorry.
It's okay. Just mute yourself.
I have no problem.
Yep, I will mute myself.
You're out of your Vulcan mind, Spock.
Well, I remember back in 24, building models in the cave of my floor. YouTube rolling like a freight train, aligning the stars that keeps me sane. Laughter filling up my cluttered room, with 3 cats prowling through the gloom. Pizza in the oven, that cheesy delight, while gluing my fingers, what a sight. Oh, I'm just Jordan, living life loud, with a laugh and a fart breaking through the crowd. Got my Sonic Saber and Metallica on blast, building these memories, making them last. I might be Andrew, but ain't that a twist? In a world of chaos, I just can't resist. Well, my man bun shrunk, but my heart's still wide. Dial up internet, oh, it's a slow ride. Lacquer makes the room blacker, but I don't mind, as long as I'm crafting with some good friends combined. Listen to Lars while I paint and I glue. Rips ass to break the silence like I always do. Through every mishap, I just laugh and parts ping like glue on my fingers. It's a permanent thing. Oh, I'm just Jordan, living life loud, with a laugh and a fart breaking through the crowd. Got my Sonic Saber and Metallica on blast, In a world of chaos, I just can't resist. Now the sun sets low, the day's getting long. With pizza and laughter, I'm where I belong. 3 cats in my house and I'm feeling just fine, telling stories to the stars that align. In a world of models, I made my own space, living for moments that none can replace. So laugh with me, friend, let the good times flow. In this quirky little life, I'm the star of the show. Oh, I'm just Jordan, living life loud, with a laugh and a fart breaking through the crowd. Got my Sonic Saber and Metallica on blast, building these memories, making them last. I might be Andrew, but ain't that a twist? In a world of chaos, I just can't resist. So here's to the nights with glue and with grace, to the models and laughter I'm proud to embrace. With each little moment, I know I have won. In my funny little life, I'm still having fun.
Let's see. Let's try this one.
Pieces scattered around the floor, dreams in plastic form, chasing bits with hope and rage. Paint spills like a storm, colors running, fingers glued, cursing in the night, laughing through the mess we made. Creations taking flight, plans were drawn and visions born, tiny worlds unreal, figures voiceless, tales to share in glue and paint conceal. Hands are shaking, tools betray, everything's a test. In each drop and crooked line, we build our own unrest. Oh, the glue and spilled dreams, madness in the sea. Fingers stuck in patience broke, living in a scheme. Drop the brush, no turning back, laughter breaks the pain.
Thank God. I don't like that song. I'm deleting that
other
song. Goodbye.
Yep. The other one's really good though.
No,
The
that one,
Jordan's
that one's fantastic.
Yep.
That's really good. I love
actually,
that. My best
I
work.
know the. Yep, I know the chorus actually. It gets stuck in my head from time to time, and I'm like, wow, that's not narcissistic at all. All right. I am going to get these pre-tinned here real quick, so just move that out of the way. There we go. Activate that. I do like how my soldering iron goes into a sleep mode if you don't use it for 5 minutes, which is nice. All right. There we go. Cat is bleaching her hair.
Sure. What'd you do for the other 4 minutes? Oh God.
Had to all right. I actually remembered to get my fan running at the other end here, so it's blowing the smoke over that way, which is good. A little thick. Oh no. Positive is going to be on top. Yes. Okay. So.
Donnie says you
Oh
let
no.
it sit for 5 minutes unused, you barbarian.
Right. Wow. It's thin. We'll end here to get the Put too much solder or something here on the end of this. I'm going to put just a little bit too much solder there. I do that on for both? Yes, I did. Wow. All right, let's try that again. It's way too much solder on there. Oh my. Oh my. Struggling.
I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can find something for Jordan. When is his birthday? September 22nd. You got a lot.
Yes.
You got some time. Paul says, cue the very bright blue white flash with lots of smoke and colorful adjectives. Yeah, maybe.
Could be. You never know.
You never know. Yeah. Keep watching to find out.
That's right. Wow. Yeah, there's like no room. Basically, there's just enough room to get the wire through here without any solder on it.
Well, if you have some duckbills of flat pliers, you can squeeze it. You got to remember the lead is soft. So the lead is soft. You can squeeze that and then turn it 90 degrees and squeeze it again.
Right. Yep. That makes total sense.
And you can flatten it and make it into a pin.
There we go. There we go. And the next one real fast. But as thin as possible to begin with. Probably help.
Donnie says, don't forget to put the power supply on 24 volts. That's a great idea.
Right. Yeah. I share. Okay. The back one go in. Wow. There's literally not a whole lot of room for this. Wow. Remember when I soldered this together in the first place? It took a minute, that's for sure. But not going to do as nearly as many solders as I did that day. There we go. There we go. It's a great tip. Thank you, sir. Almost. There we go. Sweet. Sounds like the Ghostbusters theme song. She was nice.
I can hear her concentration. That's what Donnie says. Don says you can also cut the end at a diagonal to make that can help sometimes. Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh yeah,
make it like a needle.
Yeah.
Ken says you just have Donnie do it. Sometimes that helps.
I agree.
Oh, Donnie meant I can hear the concentration. Hear the concentration. Gotcha. The, not her. That's still not right. But now I understand. He can hear the concentration.
There we go. Finally getting hot. What is going on here? Oh. There we go. It's patience. Degree of patience, like letting yourself get it hot enough, is a hard thing to do sometimes. There we go. Come on now. Why am I having such a hard time? Struggling.
Everybody's struggling.
Okay. Melting the plastic on the wire. There we go. There we go. Only got the positive in there. Is that? Why am I'm seriously struggling here right now, and I don't know why. Yeah. Really struggling.
Ken
Struggling
says,
at a
remember to
time.
hit that thumbs up button. Yeah. All the likes.
Like hard, strong, long, wrong. Okay. Put that down a little bit. Yeah, so the board is going to be, it's the best way of putting it. It's going to be put in flat underneath. So I don't mind the wires kind of sitting underneath like this, actually. It's perfect. I can actually do this.
Paul says we can almost smell the concentration. I'm glad that they never, I know they tried for a little while to make like a smell-o-vision. I'm so glad they never did.
Oh my God, right?
Donnie says you're not supposed to solder the plastic.
Right? Yeah. There we go. Changed up the solders. Use a thinner solder. And it helped. There we go. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Yeah. Thinner solder, thinner spool on my solder help for that.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So our power is connected. Now, I'm surprised that it didn't have any LEDs on it to let us know it was working. Kind of sucks. Okay. So let's grab.
Don says you might have to fly in the relief solderer from Tennessee.
Right.
No, you're getting much better at this. The more you do it, the better you get.
That's right.
It's one of those. It's like airbrushing. You once you get the feel for it, you start to get better and better. You just have to get the feel for it.
Exactly.
Donnie, I usually solder on the opposite side of the board from where I put the wire in. That's exactly what we're talking about. Yep. Put the wire through, solder from the other side, and then snip off the remainder.
Yep.
Chase says, watching you solder is almost as stressful as watching someone apply decals. Oh. Yeah.
Triggering. Okay. What did I do? Let's grab, yes, here they are. The funny wires that...
Here, he says, nice OmniFixo, dude.
Thanks, Ian.
Who's going to order one and send it to Wayne?
Seriously.
That's what... Oh, hey, Ian's here. He can buy it on stream. Send Wayne an OmniFixo, Ian.
Right?
Get some mentions on his channel.
Okay, so let's grab a thin wire here. Let's hook up our switch. So I need... It's so weird that they're having us run 2 power lines. It's so strange.
Ian says we should bring in one at Telford. Yeah. Why don't we just bring him, somebody order one and bring it to him to the Winterfest?
Yeah. Winterfest before that.
That's way before Telford.
To that, let's grab yellow.
I like that idea better. It's a lot cheaper than shipping him one.
Yeah.
Of course, it's in Sweden, but the shipping might be cheaper than having it come to the U.S. and then go back home. I don't know, maybe. Someone say Ian's name 3 times. I did. I told him. I'm like, Ian.
This was once organized into a nice spool, but it is no longer.
Done. Which option did you go with? Order one sent to you to take to Winterfest? Did you send him one directly? What'd you do there, Ian?
All right. All right. Our wires for the switch taken care of. Switch soldered up. There we go. Could always tell when I'm soldering and when I go to vacuum, just tons of tiny little bits of red and black and yellow plastic come up.
I can't imagine, the sound the poor vacuum's going to make when I vacuum my model room. There's so many screws and parts and pieces and stuff just embedded in the carpet. It's going to sound like some kind of car accident.
Right. All right. So just to confirm that I'm reading this right, we're going to take 2 pieces of cable and splice them into one running into the power.
Yeah, but you can just jumper that. Just solder it to the 5-volt pin and then run a jumper between that and pin 1. Okay. You feel like soldering wires together and making a splitter. I mean, it's the end result.
No. Yeah. No, that makes total sense. Total sense. Sweet. All right. So power up through here. Is that right? Get that upside down. So I just want to make sure I'm getting that right. Nope. Far left. Good thing I checked. There we go. We're down. So much easier going through the bottom like that.
Oh, yeah. One, it hooks them in place. It gets the insulation right up against it. So, because your wires are so close together, it'll let you get the insulation right up next to the pin.
Right.
And as long as you don't hold it, the iron there not too long, it won't melt the insulation back. That's why I use high temps. It's because I want it to go quick. I don't want to sit there and heat up the wire.
Right. Okay. Becoming an expert at little touchpads now. There we go. Yeah, touchpad's wired up. Very nice. And then for that, we're going to run a jumper between pin number 1, which is right here, and the positive on the 5-volt connection up there.
Don says flux might help. Yeah, flux is always nice on a board because what the flux does is it removes any tarnishing. It eats away the tarnishing, so the contact pads, it's like a cleaner, right? So it eats away the tarnishing and makes it so that if in the time that it took to send it to you, there's a tiny little layer of corrosion or something that might build up on the pad, so the flux helps clean that off and make it so it adheres better.
Right. All right, so we're going to do the jumper here. Doesn't need to be very big.
Donnie says, that's what I say every time I watch Jordan solder. Yep. A lot of people, when they're soldering a wire to a board, what they'll do is they'll just dip the tip of the wire. Like after you tin it, right, you'll dip the wire. Actually, you can even dip the wire in there before you tin it. You just poke the wire into the flux and then solder it in place.
Okay.
Yes, Don. Yep. Flux is a cleaner. It's, there's different because you get rosin solder, which means that there's basically a flux inside this. The solder is a tube and it's got a little tiny line of flux inside of it. Rosin core.
Oh, okay. We're doing those at the same time, so might as well.
Don says I've used flux pens in the past. Yep, that's what I use. I have a flux pen.
I should get one of those.
Some people like the paste. I mean, it just depends. Whatever suits your taste.
No, not hot now. There we go.
Paul says, what temperature is your iron at, Jordan? Just being nosy.
750.
Woo, toasty.
It's where you set it at.
I know, because I'm impatient. You said be careful because you have to be quick, or else you can melt other things.
Yep. All right, so the bridge is put in place. Hooked up to the main power there. Now oh, how interesting. They didn't give me this. I'm going to have to unsolder that from the board. So the little selector where you can choose between like the on and off, these pins right here.
Yeah, not there.
Yep, they didn't give me a new one, so I'm gonna have to put those in.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so
Ken says flux is the word that can be substituted for other words like what the flux. Yes, absolutely. Ian says he sent Wayne an OmniFixo. Oh, there you go.
Oh, holy crap. Nice.
Yeah. Are you going to let him know it's coming or just let it be a surprise?
Definitely let it be a surprise, I think.
Ken says, great job, Ian. I think so, too.
All right, so the yellow is going to be closest to me. Okay.
Don says, do you have any soldering wick? Oh, I hate soldering wick, but
I do actually.
I seldom use it.
Is that, do you set it over the, like, I think I used it once, and you like set it on the top of solder and then get it hot and it sucks up the solder, right? Is that what that is?
Yep.
Okay.
Ian says it will be a surprise, just like Todd. Okay. Surprises are the best.
Yeah.
Ian says, I have wick, but I hate it unless it's repair board. I agree. Unless I absolutely have to. But you know what's even worse than wick is those stupid solder suckers. Oh,
what is that? What that is? Like the
spring loaded? Yeah. Oh, those are just the worst.
Okay. Yellow on the back. There we go. Yeah, I've honestly not had much success soldering at any other temperature other than 750.
Well, you can try it. I mean, basically, if you can get the job done at 750, leave it at 750. If you're melting things, if it's melting the insulation back, or but the hotter the better. It reduces your chance of cold solders. It reduces, it makes things quicker.
Right.
Each solder, depending on its composition, has the temperature it's supposed to be soldered at.
Oh. Did not know that.
I don't have a sucker. Be right back. Got to start filming Dalek build. Take care, man.
Nice. Enjoy. Have fun.
Dodd says the trick with either is to put fresh solder on the connection, then use the wick or the sucker. Yeah, I teach myself not to screw up in the first place. Huh. So I don't have to ever use wick. Ugh. I had to use it a lot because I used to solder chips onto ECUs for when I did BMW tuning. Used to pull the chips off. They were like 44 pin ICs, and you put a little.
Oh my god!
You put this little thing. I don't even know what it's called. It had a ring that would sit around the chip, and then it would suck up. Use a vacuum pump to provide lifting pressure on the IC, and then use a heat gun to heat up all the pins, and it would pop off the board. Well, then you had to.
Oh my god!
Flux what's left, and then use a solder wick to heat up a solder wick and drag it across all the pads to clean it up. It was a mess. And then I had to go back and solder all 44 pins back on after it was programmed.
Oh my god.
Put it in an IC reader and read writer, and then rewrite the IC, and then put it back on the board and ship it back to the user.
Wow. I got my bridge was a little funny, so I need to fix that. Yeah, I got funny. In a hurry. There we go. Did we ever figure out why they did this?
Why the jumper's there?
Yeah.
The only possible thing I can think is that it's meant to power something. I don't know if internally that rail, the positive rail, is not powered, and that's how it's getting powered.
Oh, right.
Did you ever talk to your woman?
All right. That's put in place. That's all done. Excellent. All right. So the main power and the switch are hooked up. I need to desolder this from that board. I'm going to try to use as many of the wires as I possibly can. I will use this wick and see how it works.
Paul says, whenever I'm soldering, I use Sapphire No Clean Flux. Great stuff.
Oh.
So do yourself a favor, cut the end of that off where there's solder in it. You got to remember when you're using flux, I can't even remember what it's called. Flux tape, flux wire, flux band, flux braid. What the hell? Oh, the wick. Jesus.
The wick. Yeah.
When you're heating that up, it has the heat is going to go flying up that wick, and so that the copper conducts that heat so fast it'll curl up that wick. So you just gotta kind of drag it. I always put it at the start of where I'm going to drag it, and then drag it away from the board.
I see.
So hold your hand up at the 12 o'clock position. There you go. Heat it up and then just slide it off the board.
Oh shit, that does get hot. Wow.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna. If you don't have enough showing out of the holder, it's gonna melt the holder. I can tell you that right now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That copper conducts heat so fast.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And it worked though. Beautifully.
Yep.
Okay. So that's going to go into these two pins right here. I really wish that they had sent me a new one of those. That'd have been really cool. It's going to be the best way of soldering that. How did I solder that before? I know. Probably held it in place with my hand. Yeah. Now,
John says mission accomplished, bud.
oh my. Huh. The beauty of the OmniFixo right here. I'm able to put this in an impossible position to get soldered into place. I don't know if it's going to pick it up so well. I don't know why it's so. Wow, camera's not happy. But yeah, I had to put this kind of in an impossible position in order to get that soldered, and it just went right in, no problem. Very cool. Excellent. Wow. Funny position here now. Yeah. All right. All right. That's in place. Okay. So now would be a good time to give it a test, huh?
Yep.
Power it up and see what happens.
Do you have any way to make sure that does it have like a light on the board or something that turns it on, or?
It didn't have a light on, but it looks like there's a couple of small SMDs right on either side of this board, like this chip here or something like that. I don't know, but there weren't any SMDs or any lights on them last time. So let me grab. Where's my power supply? I want to try plugging this in. Where are you? There you are. Who'd have thought? Right where we're supposed to be.
Who would have?
Okay.
Who would have thought? It was right over there the whole time.
Whole time. Okay. So power supply. Okay, it's taking power.
Does that light up when it turns on?
It normally does, but it's not.
Is it even getting 5 volts?
I'm gonna have to plug this in directly into the wall, I think. All right. One sec. All right. Where do you plug in?
Plug it in, plug it in.
Right. Plugged into the wall.
Donnie says, boom.
You're right.
No faith. No faith.
Okay, plugged into the wall. Nothing's happening.
Go figure. Hold that in your omni-fixo and see if you're getting 5 volts across the red-black.
So
You just clamp it so you can hit the probes with it.
Yeah.
And see if the switch is getting 5 volts. Are you giving it 5?
It's plugged into the wall.
Okay, well, I mean, is that a 5-volt supply? Is the adapter?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's a USB.
Is it working yet? Oh, no. And Don says, "What's the switch do?" It's not a switch; it's a jumper, isn't it?
This is a switch, yeah, but
No. The thing you soldered on. That
this.
You get
Oh, it's a jumper. It's a jumper, yeah. Okay. Grab my multimeter. Set it 20. Nothing.
Why are you getting not 5 volts even at where it's going into the board? Okay. Isn't that where the power comes in directly?
Yeah.
Well, then you're not getting 5 volts into that thing.
There we go.
There you go. Now try to clamp the switch into your board, just so you can touch the pins easier. The actual capacitive switch. Like clamp that onto your
here?
Yeah, clamp it just so it's holding it for you.
Yeah.
So you can touch the
Yeah,
pins.
I got it.
Yeah, and see if you're getting 5 volts there across red and black.
No.
Well, that's why the switch don't work. Where did you ground the switch? Into the 2 terminals on the right?
Yeah, right here.
The switch is
switch is grounded right here.
really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what about the two power terminals on the right side of the board? If you do get 5 volts there, because there's a positive and a negative over there, right?
Yep.
Remove the black wire.
Okay.
This is what I mean. Like you soldered it according to what they say, and it doesn't work.
Nothing's working. Yep.
No.
Okay. Okay. So unsolder that. There we go. And solder that to the negative over here. Go.
Oh yeah. Don says power's off. Shouldn't solder with the power on, but
Yep, I did turn the power off. I was like, yeah, probably should, turn the power off. Probably be a good idea. Okay. All right. It's connected properly. That's good. Switch the power on. There we go. That worked.
so now the switch works. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now can we hook
Okay.
up a test LED to the board and make sure it's going to do something?
Let's do that. Let's grab one of our stock lights.
Paul says, once again, this example of instructions that are really only guidelines. Yeah, I don't know why they have you grounded to, it's grounded to a jumper, isn't it? They have you grounded to like one side of a jumper.
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of ridiculous.
I don't know. Maybe the wire, maybe the picture doesn't show it well, and it's supposed to go to the other side of the jumper. I don't know. I don't know. But it shouldn't really matter.
Sure.
It's really what matters is where the yellow is.
So
yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
that's that weird connection. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, grabbing one of my LED sets that didn't wind up using for the model. A bunch of the fiber optic here at the end. And these ones are, I suppose it doesn't really matter, but it's the hangers. So it's going to be one of these ones down here. So let's go positive.
thanks, Don, but I don't, when other people get these instructions, if they run into the same problem, it doesn't fix anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So these are just loosely hooked into place here down on this bottom. I don't see anything happening. I shudder to think about like having to hook these up to hook them all up to try to figure this out. Let's try the habitat section. Negative.
Don says it's
Oh,
hard
yep.
to see on
Hold
screen.
on. Yeah, that's working. Already not blinking like the other ones. Oh, hold on. I say that. I say that. Oh, yeah. No. There we are. Oh, no.
Did
I'm
you
hoping
solder
that blinking. I didn't do anything other than.
No, I mean, when you connected that wire, is it soldered or not soldered?
No, it's just not soldered.
Oh, okay.
Probably the connection's having a hard time. Yeah. Well, it seems like it's working.
Okay.
Let's go to the next one here.
The blinking is normal, right? That's like a test mode or something it's in.
They still didn't give me a definitive answer as to what it's supposed to be doing when it's turned on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. Very interesting. Well, it seems to be blinking. It's not what it's supposed to be doing, though. I mean, that's the thing. Okay, try the next window set. I'll turn them on. Weird. Well, what do you think? Should I just go through? And...
That's what the other one did.
Yeah.
I mean, they say they tested it. I would sure like to see how they hooked it up because,
yeah,
I mean, you're not. I don't see that you're doing anything wrong. So,
okay. Well, at this point, what my thought is just go through, create my connections, attempt to solder up the model, or attempt to connect it, because obviously these are just JSTs, and see what happens. That's kind of what my thought is.
Give it
What
a
do you
go.
think?
Yeah.
All right. It seems very strange. I don't know, like, why is it blinking like that? And so, okay. All right. Well,
you'll
at least the
you'll have
board.
to, it's hooked up. The switch got no power until I moved this over here, and you can take some pictures and send it to them.
Yep.
What am I doing wrong? And send some pictures of your solder work and send it to them and say, this is, I hook a light up and it just blinks.
Yep.
See what they say.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take off some of these connections here and just resolder them into place. The B is habitat section, so I am going to need 3 of those. Yes, 3 of these. All 3 of those. Just go ahead and cut these all the way down. Yeah, she was like pretty emphatic about, we tested to make sure. So,
Okay. Well, then obviously the way they're hooking it up is different than the way they're showing you to hook it up. I don't know if the instructions are old or wrong, or there's some critical part we're missing. That's all.
Right. Okay. So let's flip the board over. Positive is the inboard side, negative is the outboard side. So, positive. Let's go negative first. It's on the outboard. Oh, I thought these were, I didn't realize these were, that was a single core. There's like a couple of wires in here. There we go. Grab my solder. I mean, I'd really like for this to work properly, just so I can, like I said, in the end, I'm going to be doing my own thing with this model, but I'd really love for this project to just be done.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just a normal customer and you do the exact instructions, it doesn't work. What do you think is going to happen to them?
Right. Are you going to give a refund for it? Probably not. There you go. 2 more times on that. And then we're going to need to do 1 at the lower end of this, and then it's going to be the complicated soldering with the 4 pins for the addressables, but shouldn't take too long. Might need to extend some of the cables on the bottom of the model as well.
Crispy says, what is this board going to do? Flickering? You should do the Blade Runner spinner. I mean, it's supposed to basically just have like an engine startup sequence, turn all the windows on, right? The windows don't do anything.
Nope, that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Andrew says, back now that the kids are in bed, but I'll let the live stream run to help. He let the live stream run to help with your metrics. That's very nice, Andrew.
Ah, well, thank you, sir. Awful kind.
He asks, how's the new board going?
It's going. Running into what may be similar issues as before, so we'll see. We shall see.
I mean, it seems to be acting the exact same way as the first one, which makes you think that maybe the board wasn't bad.
Right.
It's just the way that they're having you hook things up is incorrect. That's sure what it feels like.
One more of these ones. And it's definitely like they give you way too many places to hook up into. Like, I understand like all of the different connection points, but like you're going to splice wires together where you can, where it makes sense, right? And like, I just don't. For me, I'm not trying to run out like 30 sets of wires out the bottom of the ship. Doesn't
Mhm.
make any sense to me.
No, I think they assumed that you were going to just run power up to the board, and that's it. The board to be inside.
Right. It was Andrew saying like a couple times, like I never run my boards out or inside of my model, and I'm just like, a couple of my builds are.
Anything you put inside is staying in there. So
Yep. Couple of my builds, I'm having to rethink. Oh, turn off the multimeter. Just left it on for too long. Yeah, a couple of my builds, I'm gonna have to rethink a little bit. I'm thinking of the Razor Crest right now, actually, and the Runabout. Like with the Enterprise D, I'm going to be putting a board in there. I've decided to do the proper nav lights and stuff like that, and that's easily enough accessible. You just got to take apart the model to access the board. Screws if you need to. Okay, that's done, and now let's go ahead and grab one of our connectors, and I'm just going to go down to the very bottom, and that's going to be, excuse me, for the hangar bay.
I am going to go switch some laundry. I'll be back.
Sounds good. Yeah, I definitely this time around made much less wires. Just I kept thinking about that, like, my God. How many did you want me to run? And I had them all going too. But let's down here at the very bottom. Let's not do that. Let's twist it off. We have tested, so it's receiving power, Andrew. Yeah, so are we sure we know the board's working yet? It is receiving power, and the switch does work. But when I hooked up the test lights to see if everything was working, I'm getting the very similar blinking that we got from the other board. And I'm curious now, like, was there something actually wrong with that board? I don't know. So we'll see. We shall see. I mean, user error could definitely be a part to play here. It is me. But I don't know, I feel like the test that Todd and I did was pretty thorough a few weeks back. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay. So that is the habitat lights and the docking bay lights all hooked up and good to go. Easy peasy. Very cool. So now what's complicated is over here for the addressables and all of that. We have to kind of solder them into the board in a specific pattern, and getting the connections right. I went through and highlighted some of the ends of the ends of these JST connectors to make sure that I got them right. And so I'm hoping that I can continue to get this right as we go along here. So don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need any of these. Okay. Just these along the side. Okay. So just go through and trim it. What's the point in trying to be nice about it? There we go. Okay. Everything's all stuck together, of course. Andrew says, you're not testing it in isolation. You have the hive mind, so that should give some safeguards against user error. Right. We shall see. I mean, the thing is like, I know I'm an amateur electrician here, but it's one of those things where like I don't feel like I got it wrong last time. Something just didn't seem right. So okay, let's get this back on to fine. This one has a green and a blue mark on it. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So in this case, green and blue are both going to be connected onto the negative side of the board down here. All right, all right. God, you have to be really holding on to the wire in order to get this thing to work, right? Okay. So that is going to be when we flip this board over from this side, the green and it's going to be blue and then green and then red. So blue, green, and red. And that's all positive? Is that what that is? Sorry. Nope, those are all negative. That's right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. And so that's going to be blue, green, and red. Okay. Excellent, excellent. And then blue is going to be the red. And then green is the black. This had me the most worried when I was first wiring up the model like 2 months ago now. I was really worried that I'd gotten this wrong, but seeing the addressables actually working properly when it did get it to trigger to work last time was nice. So I got it right. All right. There we go. Let's get our green into place, which is the black wire here. And there we go. Now I need to find one of these that has the yellow end on it. So I went ahead and highlighted the end of that one yellow. It's kind of hard to pick up, but it's on there. And the yellow is going to go into, the yellow was marked as, what did I do? Perfect. Yellow I went ahead and did as the black wire on here, right? Yes. I had to make sure that I got that right. And then our red wire. And then the yellow is going to go right up here, directly above the black wire. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. There we go. You can see what I'm doing a little bit better. That one is going to go into place right here. There we go. You know, got these amazing clip things that you're using to hold everything in place, Jordan. Maybe you should think about using that. Just maybe. Nope. See, that's what I'm saying. Got a whole free one right here. There you go. Genius. With a capital J. There we go. Don't think too hard on that one, folks. All right. There we go. Donnie is asking, where did I get this wire stripper? And of course, got the googly eyes on there. This is a Harbor Freight special right here. So I got this one at Harbor Freight for $5. This thing is a game changer for me. And looks really good with googly eyes, I do have to say. Yeah, and these are 30 gauge currently that I'm working with right now, and they strip 30 gauge, no problem whatsoever. I do have the wire strippers like that Todd has, but I do prefer these. They work really good. Am I Wile E. Coyote? Why is that, Don? So, oh, I see what you're saying. So, Donnie, you said you consolidated some wires, but that diagram shows one LED on each wire. Yeah, basically what I did is if they give you enough, they basically assume that you're going to do all 1,800 windows. I only did about 1,400. And so 7 of these ports were going to be what I used, but I consolidated 3 down into 1 port, and then there's just 2 more. So basically, instead of using 3 here, I used 1. Instead of using 9, I used 3. And then all of these ones along the side I've got to use still. So kind of sort of like consolidated it down. I just don't have as many wires running down into there as could have been. There's a ton of wires that they tried to get us to run in, and they think that, you know, I think Todd's right, you know, where they assume that we're going to put the oh, what do you call it? Did I get that right? Oh, Jordan. Soldered from the wrong end. Lovely. Desolder those real quick. Let me pay attention to us not paying attention. Beautiful. Lovely. I was like, wait, all of that's over here. Got to do that. So it's going to be blue, green, and then red. There we go. And blue was the red. So do you have more than 1 light per connection? It may not be set up for that. That's a good question. I have 1 set with 3, and I've seen them power on. I just tested them. Or I've seen them power on before. Could be. I hope not. I really hope not, actually. That's really inefficient. No. That's interesting. There we go. There we go. Got a ball of solder right on the next terminal where I didn't mean to go. So Donnie, that's something that I might have to think about. Yes.
Didn't it blink
Okay.
though? You just had 1 LED connected. It was still blinking.
Yep, they're still blinking. It's a good point. So I think we should be fine. I mean, like, for me, like, the reason I consolidated it down was just for the sake of like space. I wasn't trying to run that many LEDs out the bottom. Actually, desolder this here real quick. There we go. Desolder that a little bit. Did the bonehead thing and soldered to the wrong side, so I had to fix it myself. Wow. And of course, I may have boned this one up a little bit. Oof, that was close. Yeah, like a ball of solder just landed directly in the next terminal where I needed to go. There we go. There we go. That's fixed. And then the yellow was the black. Perfect. There you go. And the last one.
Sorry, I'm eating a little bit.
Oh, you're good. There we go. Okay. Now that I almost screwed that up and got that right now, we're good to go. Do that a couple more times. Okay. I'll grab the same set of these. We're going to need to find the blue and green. And when we come around the other side, first things first, we're going to go one of the very bottom connection down below here is going to be one of our hyperdrive engines. Let's go ahead and go with that on the outside here. Yeah. A lot of tedious work today.
And
This is
without,
where I must have
without this board, you're just gonna Arduino it.
I'm gonna Arduino it. Yep. Yep. Arduino, and I have some speakers that I want to use for the board as well. Want to do the sound of the Star Destroyer entering frame. And then the Empire theme song. The march. Okay. Okay. Now the next one is going to be the ones that I just hooked up in the wrong spot. Whatever. It's all good. All good. Create some new ones here in a second. Green and blue. And where I'm at right now is going to be on the second set right there. The main engine bells. What's funny is, like, I asked them in the beginning of the build if they wanted me to do their photo etch with these, and they said no too. They just literally want the straight build. Okay. So blue, then green, then red. That is blue. I also wasn't sad that they said no on the photo etch.
They said no.
Yeah, they didn't want photo etch. They want this as bare, basic bones of a model as possible.
But did they send you the photo etch?
Nope. I asked for it too.
Hmm.
They said nope. It's been nice with these couple of sponsors from Green Strawberry. I don't think I'm going to seek one out again, though. There we go. Nope. Not where that goes. Piece onto that. There we go. That's where that one goes. There we go. And the one with the yellow end. The yellow is going to be in the third connection, so right there. And the yellow was the black end. Perfect. And we're really grabbing on to the controller. There we go. You really got to be grabbing onto the end of the wire, though, when you use these things. That's for sure. Okay. That solder is gone. The thinner solder is gone, so I'm going to be a little sad. Never. It's that cheap solder that I got with the with the cheap soldering iron that I had way back in the day. I still have that soldering iron somewhere.
You can get more.
Oh yeah. It was just a little thinner and went down there a little bit easier. But this is totally fine. There you go. And then the red. The second of our engine bells are all soldered up. Once this is done. Go. All right. Then it's going to be another one of our one of our FTL engines. Oh, there we go. Black is the outboard. Nope. Almost had a piece of the wire sticking out, touching the positive side, which would have been real bad. There you go.
That's bad, okay?
That's real bad, okay? Drugs are bad, okay? No. That's what you do right there. That's how you do that.
Shorts are bad, okay?
All right. go. Perfect. That's in place. That's in place. Good to go. All right. That's the yellow. And what did I do? It was red was the blue. Okay. Grab a Sharpie real fast. I just got to mark my connections here so I don't get them all mixed up. If I knew where my Sharpies went.
Buck's here.
Hey, Buck. Welcome.
We are nobodies. Just broadcasting out to the world. You know, somebody might you got a few people paying attention, listening in, waiting to see what happens.
We're all waiting to see if this grand experiment's going to work.
Mm-hmm. The suspense is palpable.
I'm palpitating right now.
Palpatine.
Somehow, Palpatine returned.
As you do.
As he does.
Mm-hmm.
Lazy story writing. Good job, JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's going to go blue, green, red. All right. Well, this is the last of the wires that need to get soldered up. We can actually test.
Excellent.
Okay, excellent.
Don says, so you say there's a plot hole? Just the one. Just the one.
Just the one. Yeah. Finished watching the last episode of Skeleton Crew this morning.
I hear it's really good.
Fantastic, man. Like up there with Andor and the first season of Mandalorian. Some of the best that Star Wars has done since Disney took over. Great show. I had a lot of fun watching that show.
Buck says, hey, Jordan Todd, so I didn't miss the fire? No, not yet.
Nope. You're about to find out, sir.
Yeah, I think things aren't super high, but
Okay.
unfortunately, based on some testing.
Okay. So red here at the end. There we go. And is it the very end one? Nope. Okay. And the yellow.
Buck says, don't tell the guys from last night I'm working on Falcon decals.
Right?
Don't know what you're talking about. Have no idea. It's all a mystery to me.
All right. Last solder.
I don't know those guys. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
You're about to be on vacation. It don't matter.
Yeah, Mandalorian. Do 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 do.
Phenomena.
All right. Our boy has been wired up again. Although, are you serious, Jordan?
How many are backwards?
No, it's good. I ran the power through
Nice.
the wire. Oh my god.
Well, now you have to lace that all the way around.
Oh my god. Thankfully, though, actually,
Actually,
I'm just gonna unplug it and run it back through. Using the old thinking cap. Pull that through. The longest cord ever. Excellent. All right. Plug that back in. I can find the hole. All right. Why is it whenever you plug a USB in, you plug it in one way and it's not the right way? And then you plug it back in the other way and it's not the right way. And then you plug it in the original way and it's the right way. No idea. Okay. Let's make sure we got power. And where's my touchpad? Yep, got power. Good to go. All right. It's time. Got all the carnage out of the way here. Jesus. Little bits of wire and all sorts of things here. Okay. So let's take a look. I am not going to try to put this inside of the board or inside of the base while I'm testing this. So we're just going to set the model down. And go through and hook everything up. So,
all right. Buck says,
on this side,
when Jordan applies power, he should kill his camera. I say mystery meat. I don't know. Ian needs more chicken parm, maybe a Caesar with croutons. Donnie says, because you have bad aim, Jordan.
It's true. It's true. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot that I totally screwed up that connection down there. Shit. Lame. I have to do a little more soldering.
Actually.
Now you can have a new one.
Actually? Oh, God, nice.
Actually.
I love it. Nice.
Buck says, speaking of his aim, don't look in the bathroom. Don says the power should be off. Buckman's got to count down to boom. And
Soldering a sketchy board. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
I got to grab. I need to fix one of my soldering connections down here. Grab some
Actual.
That's so funny. Ah,
I need to fix it. I'm going to fix it real quick.
actually. Yep.
Shifty.
Exactly it.
Yeah. Well, they swear to God it works.
Yeah, they did swear to God that it works. I hope so. Okay.
Actually.
All right. There we go. That one's off.
Actually.
There we go. Okay.
Love it. All right. That one's on. Where did the other one go? There you are. Don't know how that happened, but sure. Just leave it as such. Actually,
Let's see. Buck says, gives me meaning to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Oh, God.
okay.
Welcome to Soviet electronics, comrade. Yes, for real, Buck. Don't ever ask me to do that again.
All right. Hit that up. Where'd my solder go? Don't do that. Fix that? Yes, it did. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through and connect the board up to all the different connection points.
See what happens.
Let's see what happens exactly.
If it pops all your LEDs, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Cry maybe a little bit. I'll wait till I get off stream though. Hopefully, nothing but good things happen here. All right. There's one connection made. There we go. The yellow is not that. You have to move the board much closer here. So I'm going to set this up on its side real fast so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yes, it is.
He's mildly terrified. Don says, isn't it great that all your friends showed up to support you? Does he mean
it is
/ mock or no?
All right.
Buck says, there's the problem. They swear to God, and my wife from that area of the world swear by God. And Andrew says, I step away for a few minutes, come back on the top of the chat. Ian saying he's chicken parm. Shocker. Ian says, the Dalek build went good, not bleeding. Good to hear.
Good.
And he might order a Euro. Well, good for you.
It's also on track or on brand. Okay.
So I put this here. I re-uploaded it and made it so it's the volume correct. And added a pause. The pause makes all the difference.
Oh, the before.
Yeah.
Actually.
There you go.
I love it.
Okay. Buck says, wait, now Ian's going for a chicken Caesar parm with gyro meat. He'll throw the model. We want to see the crying. Oh, do you need to turn on your face cam so you can see the crying?
Oh, hold on.
Battle damage. Excellent. There you go. Buck says, smells smoke. Well, I guess we'll find out.
We will find out. That's for damn sure. All right, the lowest one. Nope, it's going to be the next one up. Nope, where is the ones down below? It is these. There we go. There we go. Now, the engine bell. There we go. The other singular. Oh, God. Such a confusing mess.
Buck says mock support. What's the difference? We kid because we care?
Kid because we care.
Andrew says, is the model sealed? Do you have access if things go horribly wrong?
The model is sealed. I do not have access if things go horribly wrong.
Now you know. And Ian ordered a Euro.
Nice. On brand. Okay. There's that. Right into the other. Oh my, what did I do? Okay. That's these two going into the engine mills. Okay. Okay, Shosha. Okay.
Andrew says, as SpaceX says, it's excitement that's guaranteed, not success. Oh boy.
Oh
Awesome.
man.
Buck says, I really do smell smoke between them burning the fields in California, sending it to us. Yeah. Sometimes we get it, but not very often.
All right, we'll have to hook up the last little bit here. It's going to be that's connected, that's connected, that's connected. Those are all connected. Okay. Blue and green. And separate that out a little bit. Okay. Last one is connected.
Buck says, do you own a 16-pound sled, Jordan?
Yeah.
But just in case. Oh, do we need the drum roll? Oh, do you have the drum roll?
Well,
I don't
did
think
we on
you
this
do.
one?
I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Hold.
Echo. Turn off overhead.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna power it up. And and it's doing the same thing it was doing before.
Lights are blinking. The engine's doing random things.
Yep.
Excellent.
Press the button.
Wrong one.
Nothing. Press the button. Nothing happens. Dude, are you serious?
I mean, I don't know what else. I would take a picture. This is how I soldered it. The switch wouldn't even work the way you had it. Well, you told me to wire it, and watch them come back. And you take a picture, and they'll follow your wires and go, "Well, that's not how it's supposed to be wired." Well, that's what your instructions say.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing the hold the board thing down to see what happens. Nothing. My God.
Don says that sucks. Ian says the Comrade Doran circuit board built tough like grizzly bear. Yeah, a dead one.
Dude, this is so ridiculous.
You did it.
Literally did it exactly as they said.
Matter of fact, we had to make a change just to get the switch to work.
So frustrating. All the individual components are working though, which is great. Oh. No.
Soviets, Russia, circuit board control you.
Seriously. Echo.
Yeah.
Turn on overhead.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's going to get, I'm going to send a picture to Green Strawberry, take a little video, send it to them, and let them know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not the board, and they could have been right. It still may be the board, but this board is the same as the old board. So
yeah, there's no difference.
It has to be the way it's wired, the way things are hooked up. I don't know. I think their instructions are wrong or something. Something is like the wires are supposed to go to the other jumper point and the jumper is supposed to be in the other place, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But
well, I know what I got to do now, and that's the point. And I will say that when like those lights are staying on in the bridge area, they're staying on, and they look great. Echo, turn off overhead.
Okay.
I mean, they look. They
look
turned out.
good.
Those turned out. They turned out really, really good, and like the lights themselves, that all the windows that I did turned out really good. I'm not seeing any light leaks from where I have the windows working. Yeah, like overall, I'm really happy with the build. Like the build itself has gone really well. The windows turned out much better than I thought they were going to, which makes me very pleased. But the board not working obviously is a problem. So Echo, turn on overhead. So here it is, back to where we were. Did I apply 24 volts? If the wall wanted to give that much power, possibly. I think that something wrong. Like I think the instructions. I think that there's got to be something not done right. So I'm gonna send them a picture and send them a quick video, and they assured me and promised me that it was working properly. And so I wonder if they probably just hook it up to like a. Do you think they have like a test board that
No.
everything? No.
No, they probably at best they put power on. They clip some power to it and test all the ports.
Right.
Use the jumper
Not
for the
seeing what they're
switch
actually
or
doing.
whatever it is. Just take a picture of it and go. I hooked it up. When I hooked it up, the according to your diagram, I couldn't even get the switch to activate. I had to ground the switch manually. I don't know what the jumper is for, but whatever. It's the same result.
Right.
It's doing the exact same thing the other was. Look closely. Can you tell me what's going on? And watch them look at, or ask them for a picture of their working board. And you're like, oh, this is wired completely differently.
Yep. That's actually a fantastic idea. Well, and that's where we're going to go. And that's what we're going to do. So, it's been
both your interest for some work. So,
right. I mean, and that's it. And Andrew brings up a good point. They should really get on a video call with you to help you through it. I agree. I will. And the one thing I will say, like, I may not be impressed with this. There could be like a translation issue, something like that. Yep, all the lights were individually tested. They are really good. They're really friendly people. So I'm hoping that be able to kind of figure this part out. But it's just like, I was hoping because like all this work this week to get this painted and ready to go. But now I got more time for weathering and to put together the video for it as well. So we'll get this figured out. And in the end, if I can't get it working with their instructions, I have a couple of Arduinos back behind me that will work just fine for what we're looking for. So, well, there it is. It was a lot of silence today. A lot of me doing some soldering and shaving of a model, which is also kind of strange. But yeah, I mean, well, that sucks. But it is what it is. It's all good. In the end, I will say this. This is all great training and like little things to just be on the lookout for in the future. Obviously with stuff like this, I could also be beta testing it for them, although it is for sale. So if I'm having problems with this, I guarantee you other people are having problems with this. And I am definitely interested in trying to help them.
It's in both your benefit, right? It's good for them. It's good for you. I would think they'd want to work with you because you're a customer that isn't going to just lambaste them, but it's you want to get it to work. And
Right.
following their instructions right off the bat, the switch doesn't even work. So something's wrong.
Exactly. So it is what it is, and we'll get there. It'll get done. It'll get there. We'll just say that. So hey, it's all good. It's all good. So I think after all that's said and done, though, I've kind of had enough for the night.
Alec jumped on just says the destroyer does look awesome.
Thanks, Alec. I really appreciate that. Overall, I would say I'm really pleased with the build. Like, I mean, you can see the lights flickering on and off along the sides. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to activate the lights that for the main part of it. So it's the lights that are up top are working. They're staying on, and the ones along the sides seem to be the ones that are flickering. So I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. But thank you. I'm very pleased with the build. The model itself, I'm definitely gonna do that. If you guys didn't see it last night, oh.
That's some good soldering to make that happen.
Seriously. I will say though that the build itself, the Zvezda kit, is up there with the perfect grade Falcon in quality. I had to do nothing to get this to fit together. All the angled pieces for all the pieces that butt together up here, like in the bridge area, went together perfectly. There was literally the build itself. This was one of the nicest and easiest builds that I've done so far on a fairly complicated kit. Very pleased with the overall quality of this model. And so if you guys are out there looking at Zvezda stuff, it may be Russian, but it ain't built Russian, that's for sure. So it turned out really good. The build turned out good. The paint turned out well. As just a little bit of a reminder, I went ahead and just went with some gray primer. This was the Tamiya Fine Gray. And then I used 2 cans of AS20, and then I used the Mr. Hobby semi-gloss clear over the top of it, and it turned out perfectly. I'm really happy with the paint and how it all turned out. And like I said, overall, the build I'm pleased with. I just wish that this board would work, but I have a feeling that there's something lost in translation with the instructions. So, well, there it is. Well, Todd, thank you, sir, so much for stepping in before you head out on vacation. How long are you going to be gone? You're going to be gone for
I don't come back till next Saturday morning. So
next Saturday morning.
Next, not this Sunday stream, but next Sunday stream.
Wow. Well, enjoy yourself. You're going to be possibly bringing a tripod along to make us all jealous, aren't you?
I'm going to try, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, for me, I have an episode of the Enterprise D coming out tomorrow. Falcon is currently on hold until I get more parts, unfortunately. There's likely some things that I could do. I might be able to paint, actually, now that I think about it, but I probably want to wait until I get more of the mandibles. But I'll have the episode of the Enterprise out tomorrow, and then on Sunday I'm going to have an episode of the next Starships Collection episodes coming out with the Stargazer. And then next week, I have no idea. It's likely going to be the Cameo 5 unboxing and review, and a couple other things as kind of getting to figure out what I'm going to do without the Falcon being around for the next little bit. So, well, there it is, my friends. I'll be on stream tomorrow night with Hobby Time Modelers, and tomorrow and on Sunday. Although likely tomorrow I'll be a little late getting on, as I don't get off work until 7 my time. So, but yeah, well, that's what I got. Todd, thank you. I really appreciate you. As always, guiding me through this. I know that you were, doing laundry and all the other stuff, so I do appreciate your time as always. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Let's see here. Watch them when they say that you need to apply 24 volts. Right, that would be pretty hilarious. So for Donnie and Buck,
I didn't think about that. I wonder if it's a 12-volt circuit. What if it's a 12-volt board? That's not unusual. It could be a 9-volt board or a 12-volt board. Maybe did you just assume that it was 5 volts?
It says 5V
On the board.
on the board.
All right. Well, that was worth a shot.
And it did come with a the USB power source as the
Okay. All right.
power.
Thank you, Buck.
But that's something to think about. One of the things I might try before I disconnect is I might snip the end of this wire here and apply 5 volts directly, and maybe we're not getting enough power through the USB. Like, unlikely.
I mean, is it USB off of a hub, like a powered hub, or off your computer?
I actually have the USB plugged directly into a wall socket.
Oh, that's plenty.
Yeah. So,
The
like,
computer can only do like 500 milliamps typically. So,
right.
If it's a wall wart, or if it's a, like a USB hub, powered USB hub, it's usually a lot more than that. I'm sure you're fine.
Yep. No, I'm on a directly into the wall, so I don't know. I don't know. I will be on tomorrow's stream on Sunday. Correct. Time travel. It's an amazing thing. Well, for Buck and Donnie and Ken, who was around, and Don and Chase and Ian, who popped in and out there. Andrew was there. Who else? We also had, I saw a new name in there today. It was what?
Chase was in there. Oh, what was that? Shark? What was that guy's name?
Crispy Tiger.
Yes, Tiger. Shark.
Nice. So, yeah. Well, animal with teeth. There we go. But yeah, I got a couple new viewers in there, and it seemed 12 people were still kind of hanging around as I've been bullshitting my way out the door. So for all you guys that did decide to watch, thank you so much for watching tonight. Thank you guys for commenting and hanging out as always. I will be back next week for my stream. We will see what we're going to do. If it's not going to be this, then it is definitely going to be finishing up the board for, you're not going to be around next week. So I may have
I might be around. I mean,
oh yeah,
I'll just
you're
be
not actually building anything. Yeah,
I just won't be building anything. I might be able to help, because you got to remember it's 3 hours ahead of it. So when you say 4 p.m. Pacific, that's one in the afternoon. That's after lunch.
Got
like
plenty of
3
time.
hours
Oh,
different.
God. Oh, hell yeah. So next week, likely the stream will be finishing up the base for the Enterprise C, and that will be the official end of that build. And then once this one's done, my queue of models being built right now is starting to dwindle down, which does make me very happy. So for that, guys, thank you so much, y'all, for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll just go into the spiel here. So Todd, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And for all of you, I know that there was a million things y'all could have done today. Instead, you spent a little over 3 hours watching me attempt to solder up a model. And I think that's pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions or comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. Like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And my friends, until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful day in this beautiful world where we happen to be. And just remember that this is the way. Good night, everybody.